welcome back to our podcast. I'm Widya Ardin, a 2025 Indonesian Language Education student.
And I'm Septiana Dwi Rahayu, also from the 2025 Indonesian Language Education Program. We are very happy to be with you again in this new episode.
Today, we have a special guest who will share something that is very relevant to today's student, especially about why English is important for our future.
That's true. Our guest is an Universitas Negeri Semarang, graduate from the 2018, majoring in English education. She also participated in the online credit transfer program at Universitas Negeri Surabaya and has now been working as an English teacher at Muhammadiyah Vocational High School of Susukan for about 2 years.
Her journey is truly complete, from studying English, participating in academic program, to finally teaching. So, we are sure she has many insights to share about improving English skills, becoming active in speaking, and overcoming self-doubt.
Let's welcome our guest today, Miss Dienar Safhira. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine and I'm good, Alhamdulillah.
Thank you for taking the time to talking with us.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, we are really curious. You studied at UNNES and chose the English education major. What made you choose UNNES in the first place?
Yes, was there a specific reason? Maybe the campus environment, accreditation, or recommendation for others?
Okay, so why I choose UNNES in my first place is because the first reason is UNNES near to my home. It means that when we go there, it's easy to access. And then, as we know, UNNES is one of the conservation campus, right? So, yeah, it makes me feel comfortable when I'm studying in UNNES. In addition, my guidance counselor teacher recommended UNNES because the English education program in UNNES has a good reputation and also good accreditation. Yeah, so that's why I choose UNNES as my first choose.
Wow, that's really interesting, Miss Dienar. It seems like from the beginning you already have a strong motivation to study at UNNES and deepen your English skills. And your colleagues' experience also sound quite colorful.
Speaking of college experience, you mentioned a little about the campus environment and the opportunity you had when studying English. We also had that so participate in the online credit transfer program. That's really cool because not all students have the opportunity to participate in such a program.
Can you tell us how you first got interested in joining the online credit transfer program? What made you decide to apply?
Okay, talking about online credit transfer program. So actually, that program is, if I'm not mistaken, in my fourth semester. So in there, that was a pandemic era that was fully online. And I don't know why the department introduced that program, online credit transfer program. At first, I don't understand about that program, but after I learning about it, I know that program is about we as a students can take a learning in other universities online. So the credit transfer back to home university, which means UNNES. And then I decided to apply because why not? I can learn English with other lecturer from other universities, and I can collaborate with another students from that universities in a different background. So that's why I feel interested and I decided to apply. And then in there, I applied and then I got accepted in one of the course developing EFL materials in Universitas Negeri Surabaya. one semester in that, I studying developing EFL materials with other students from that UNESA, Universitas Negeri Semarang, and then the lecture is also from UNESA. It was very memorable and a big experience for me because it was so fun and we learning about how to create a textbook in full of English. So that's why I applying that online credit transfer program.
Wow, your experience was really insightful. From your story, it's clear that English skill questions important foundation during that program.
Well, speaking of that, from your perspective, having gone through college, participates in additional programs, and now working as a teacher, we are reminded of one big question that many college students often ask. Why is English so important for student future?
Okay, why English is important? From my perspective, you ask me as my perspective. So, from my perspective, English is so important. Because why? Because when you are in the process of learning, the textbook, the journal, the what we call it as when you doing something in online, you are googling, all is about English. So that's why you need to studying about English very well, because it can make you more easy to learn about our word. That's why English is so important. And also from my program that I was experienced, besides that, English is also important because we can learn about anything, not just about in Indonesia, but in out of Indonesia, we can learn more about it when we know about English. Because it can also make us more communicate to other people from around the world. So that's why English is so important. And then, in addition, English is not just about how we can do some exam, but English is like a broaden students' perspective to prepare ourselves, especially me, to know more about grow increasingly in global world. Maybe from my perspective like that.
Oh, that's really interesting. Now, let's talk about your personal experience. During college, how did you develop your English skills? Did you have a specific method that helped us?
Yes, because many students actually to improve, but don't know where to start. Did you begin with speaking, listening, or both at the same time?
Okay. So about method. During my college, I don't just use one method, but I use a lot of method. But for me, the best method that I use is listening and also speaking. So for you all of the students, when you want to learn about English, I think the good method is listening. The first is listening and the second is speaking. Why? Because when you start learn about English by listening, for example, like listening music or listening music but with English songs, and maybe watching movies with English subtitle, or maybe the English movies without subtitle, it can make you more practice about listening English. So the first method is listening. You can start by doing that. And then the second is speaking. Speaking, it can teach us to vocabularies. The first, you just a listening English song. And the second, you need to practice by speaking that song. It means you sing a song, you sing English a song with the good pronunciation. And then speaking it also make you more confident. For me, I learn about English by speaking in front of mirror and I talk to myself in English. Yeah, that's two methods is really helpful in me.
There must have been struggles too, right? Maybe you can share a memorable challenge and how you managed to push through until your English improves significantly.
Okay, so of course, when I'm in the process of learning a new language, which is English, I found a lot of struggle and a lot of challenges. One of them is I cannot consistent. I cannot consistent when I'm practicing English regularly. So before I realized that I cannot consistent, I push to myself to do it regularly, to practice regularly. I push myself to always speaking in English, don't be shy, and then improve English, listening English, speaking with English regularly. So I face the challenges by always practice, and practice. So that's why for all of you, the students who want to improve English skills, you need to be consistent and to be more active in practicing English regularly. Yeah.
Wow, I think a lot of people can relate to that because almost everyone has felt insecure or afraid of making mistakes.
Yes.
So, based on your experience, what tips or tricks can students use to help them use English effectively in their daily life?
So, based on my experience, using English in active and start by connect or by making English part of your life, part of your daily life. So yes, as I said before, by listening a song, by watching movies with English subtitle, and then doing something or with speaking in English, when in a group discussion or presentation, you trying to speak in English, it can make you more confident, more active again in learning about English. And then the best tricks also, it can be easy, but not everyone know. Changing your phone setting by English language, it can make you more practice because every day, every time you always playing with your headphone, right? So the first one is you change your language settings in your phone in English. It can be start when you want to learn about English, like that.
Well, the tips from Miss Dienar really helpful, but even when students know what to do, many still don't feel confident enough to speak English.
Exactly. Some students already understand English, but they are afraid of making mistakes, being judged, or sounding awkward. So, in your opinion, how can we overcome their lack of confidence when using English?
Okay, so about confidence. As for confidence, I think the key is not being shy or not being afraid of making mistakes. English is not about just communication, but your confidence doing communication will grow naturally when you are more practice and more active in learning English. So yeah, so for the confidence, The key is don't be afraid and don't be shy when you are in having a mistake about English. Maybe that.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you so much, Miss Dienar.
Okay.
Before we close, we have one last question. If you could give one message or motivation to students who are still trying to improve their English skills, what would it be?
A message for students. Okay, for students out there, my message is just one. Don't be afraid to start and don't be afraid to make a mistake. It can make you more confident. You need to more consistent. You don't need to be perfect in English, but if you are trying over and over again, it means that you already improving. Yeah, maybe that's my message for all of students of this that watching this podcast.
Thank you very much, Miss Dienar, for your time and for sharing such meaningful experience with us. Everything you said will be very helpful for our listener.
Okay.
Yes, and we hope your story can inspire other students who are still working on being more active and confident in using English. And thank you to all our listeners into today's episode. See you in our next podcast. Goodbye.